Hello, good people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we are so excited to have you again. From all indication, the UN Secretary General has completed his tour two-day visit to Nigeria, and towards the closure of the visit, he spoke with different stakeholders in Nigeria who took out time to outline some of the major problems of the current administration. And they've talked about so many things, and also he took out time to talk about those who are involved in terror and gave the government what to do to them, reflecting back at what happened in August 26, 2021. We're going to give you full details of that news in a jiffy, but before we do it, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please do well hit on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Excuse me. Now, according to the news, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for the prosecution of attackers on the UN House in Abuja on August 26, 2011. He said perpetrators of terrorism in Nigeria must be held to account. The UN chief, who was in the country on a two-day visit, said on Wednesday, after laying a wreath in honor of the victims of the August 26, 2021 attack by some terrorists on the UN House in Abuja, which claimed the lives of 23 UN staff and civilians and injured 16 others, said, "We remain steadfast in our commitment to support a peaceful Nigeria for all people." He added, on that tragic day, August 26, 2021, an appalling attack on the UN House left 23 UN employees and civilians dead and 16 injured. Those staff members who lost their lives are heroes who proudly serve Nigerians through the UN organization. We encourage all Nigerians who have endured similar violence in their own communities. In our victim-centered approach, perpetrators must be held accountable. Guterres also thanked the government of Nigeria for its support in repairing the UN House, which has enabled the staff to return. The UN boss has a succession of meetings with several groups, which include Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, Mrs. Pauline Taylor, member of the Diplomatic Corps, religious leaders, civil society organization, women groups, people living with disabilities, and others. Speaking to reporters after meeting with the UN chief, Catholic Archbishop Emeritus of Abuja, John Cardinal Aniyekan, told reporters that his interaction with Guterres was on how to resolve the dilemma of a country full of talented people but facing a lot of problems. Nigerians are genuinely religious, but we see around us so much corruption and outright wickedness. The respected clergyman noted that it has become pertinent to interrogate how a nation that is rich but full of poor people, a nation that is full of talented people and yet hardly organized, even as he puts the responsibility on the doorstep of those in government. He revealed that he told the UN boss that Nigerians are not satisfied with how far the rulers are dealing with the issues concerning us, the issue of poverty, the issue of insecurity, and the issues of social services. The government tells us they are doing their best, and we are saying that their best is not good enough. We believe we can do better. On the lingering issue of Haiti's farmers' crisis, the Cardinal said, since the last 10 years, the government has been struggling to address the issue of armed herdsmen, which has created a lot of problems, including the displacement of farmers. He went further to say that it seems the displacement is becoming permanent and the herders are taking over the farmlands, and the government still claim they have no way of bringing things back to normalcy. The result is that farmers can no longer farm, and we are facing the prospect of famine because the part of Nigeria that used to produce a lot of food, many of them can no longer go to farm. We must admit that the old tradition method of cattle rearing is no longer sustainable in this day and age because it has become recipe for chaos. We must learn from how other people rear cattle and produce a lot of meat without disturbing anybody. It can be done, and if it is not done, it must be that some people are not ready to do the right thing. The cardinal also said those presently aspiring to become the president of the country in 2023 should be prepared to tell Nigerians what they intend putting in place to solve the present crisis being faced in the country. He noted that who should rule the nation come 2023 should be elected based on finding solutions to the numerous problems the nation is facing. A professor of law at the University of Nigerian Suka Joy Ngozi Ezeolu, who met the UN chief with her group, said, "We discussed the problem and the status of women in Nigeria and how he can help us to hold our elected officials to account, especially when it comes to gender parity and women participation in politics. We also discussed issues around affirmative actions, issues around elimination of all forms of violence against women, and we hope that with his visit, he can help raise the voices of Nigerian women, especially in demanding for greater representation of women in governance." Quite interesting. Now, you still see all of this has been said. I don't know. I don't know why a lot of things were not fully programmed. All of this has been said, but no one even talked about the level of decadence when it comes to security issues, both in the southeast and also in the north east, and also the part of southwest and all of that. I don't know what's going on, but it's a pointer to the fact that people are not carrying a lot of these things at heart. Because if this man should call anybody to ask him question in respect to what is going on in the country, people should be able to say, "Sir, these are some of the key issues which has been raising dust, so much, and we want you to solve it." If you look at some of the things that they painted out, nobody really picked up a particular case study to say, "Sir, this is the problem that we have in this area, in this area, in this area, in this area." Nobody really did that. But however, I feel that being that he is the UN Secretary General, I believe he must have also have opportunity of reading about a lot of things happening in the country, and with that in mind, one can express hope that as he's going back, he will have everything in that respect. One of the things I'm so excited about is holding those who are carrying out terror in Nigeria accountable. Yes, he has talked about the issue of reintegration of those who have repented, but then what are the criteria on ground to show that these people have actually, repented and they do not want to go back to their old ways? These are some of the issues that must be debated upon and also proper answers given to them. Because right now, as we are talking, Nigeria is still facing so much of such being who pretend to have repented, but then they still have ulterior motives to carry out. How many of them have really helped in solving some of the problems in Nigeria? None. Fairly recently, we heard about a soldier who was captured, and he was involved in some nefarious activity. And when they investigated it, they noticed that actually it's one of these guys who claimed to be repentant Boko Haram. So you now see that it's not something that should be done easily. They should take time, create a process where those things will, be uncovered. That's where we like to leave it. Go to our conversation.